amazing to me how you expect people to grow up when they turn a certain age, but growing up, actually, it doesn't take place in every human being's life. I mean, all children are children, right? All kids that are under the age of 12 or whatever are childish just because that's our nature. It's just a matter of growing out of it. Some people grow out of it fairly early in life, say maybe by your 20s, you're ready to have a career and, you're ready to get married and have a family and be a professional and be responsible and not run out on your kids or not do anything stupid or crazy or end up in jail, But nowadays, it seems like most people don't grow up until they're in their 30s. But then you get that group of people who, unfortunately, there's actually a lot of them out there who they're 75 years old and they act like fucking kids, like they never grew up. They act like children. They throw a temper tantrum when they don't get their way. And it's even worse, actually, for old people, typically, because there's a sense of entitlement that they have when they're 75 that they didn't have when they were 40. I've been around everything, I paid taxes for day, like whatever fucking thing. I raised my kids and whatever sense of, whatever things they think they did. I fought for my country, yeah. Whatever things they did that they feel that gives them entitlement to be a complete fucking dick. Growing up is not necessarily a part of life for everyone. It should be, but it's just not for some reason. I don't know why, but I got a couple examples, but one of them is a family member, and I'm not going to bring that up just in case somebody watches this in my family, but my friend of mine and I were playing pickleball. So we reserved a pickleball court the other day. And we reserved it from 6 to 7. We got there at 6. There was nobody there. So we go to the court that we reserved and we're playing. 6:30, some old guy shows up. And he's sitting on a bench and he's just like watching us. Watching the ball go back and forth. Sitting there watching us. Intently watching us. 6:45 rolls around and he looks at me and he's like, we got this court reserved at 7. I said, oh, really? Okay. Just kept playing, 6:50 rolls around. He's like rolling his sleeves up, zipping his bag up, standing up, looking over at us like, we just kept playing, I had my phone with me, so I was looking, it was like 6:55. And then, his friends by then had shown up and they're all just kind of staring at us, like looking at us, So 6:57, I was like, fuck it. Like, this is just too uncomfortable. So we start packing up our shit to go. The second they saw us start packing up our shit, they like came into the court. And they started like taking it over and started like volleying. And I hadn't even like completely packed up all my shit yet. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? There's another time when I was going, this is one of my favorite stories. This happened a long time ago, but I still love to tell this story. I live pretty close to a retirement community. And there's this barber shop that is sort of in between my neighborhood and the retirement community. So there's a lot of old people that go to this barber shop. Now, these people are fucking decrepit old. They're fucking old, like clearly retired. They got nothing better to do than, sit there and wait for their fucking haircut. And you know how most haircut places are, like barber shops, like old man barber shops. You usually don't make a reservation or an appointment. Usually, and the ones I go to, you don't. So it's this first come, first serve. Like, you know, you walk in, you put your name on a list. It's like a restaurant, you know, you walk in there. So, and this happened a while ago. It was probably like 10 years ago, but I still think it's a funny story to tell. I pull in the parking lot, and this old man pulls in at the exact same time as me. And I'm getting out of my car, and he sees that I'm walking into the barbershop. What does he do? He jumps out of his car, and he's like, he runs so he can get in front of me. So he can put his name in before me. And I just let him, right? I mean, I'm just not like, what in the motherfuck? Like, you're retired. You got nothing to do all fucking day long, but you need to beat me into the fucking barbershop. It seems like for some people, maturity actually peaks at a certain point in your life, and then it starts to go back down. You start to revert back into a child at a certain age. Some people. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I really hope that doesn't happen to me. I don't know what the future holds. You know, I definitely now hold different attitudes than I held 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, when I was in my 30s, I used to say, well, I probably won't do this when I'm in my 40s. And then I ended up doing that thing that I said that I wasn't going to do. But God, I hope I'm not like that when I'm in my 70s. I really hope that my life is not that meaningless to where I make a big fucking deal about, you know, being in line for something, and if somebody cuts in front of me, or if I have a pickleball court reserved at 7 o'clock and somebody plays until 7:01, that I start screaming at them or something. Like, I just pray to God that I don't end up like that, because I just don't want my life to be that pathetic.